Hey everyone. So I was getting prepared to do a Facebook Live for my Ageless Women's Society clients today, and I thought and I was kind of getting ready some topics that I was going to talk about. And I thought that one of the topics that I was going to be talking about was a good one to actually make a video for my IGTV and YouTube. So the topic is what to do when you hit a plateau. Okay, so when you are in a weight loss journey, or even maybe your journey is not really losing weight, but you're trying to just change your body composition, put more muscle on, or different things like that. Um, Eventually, you at some point may hit a plateau. It may be after a few weeks, it may be after a few months, it may be after a year. But if this happens, this is a good time to kind of reassess what you're doing and to ask yourself some questions. And so I was kind of putting a list of those questions together, and I just wanted to kind of go over those with you guys and then give you some tips on maybe how to break a plateau. So first of all, I think the very first thing you need to assess is your calories, okay? So are you really paying attention to your calories still? Maybe in the beginning you were really maybe counting your calories, counting your macros, and now you're kind of letting that slip a little bit. Or maybe you were just kind of intuitively eating, but you are noticing that you're snacking a lot more or making your portions a little bit bigger, and you are not seeing as much weight loss. Okay. So if this is happening, this is a good time to reassess. Maybe if you stopped counting your calories or macros, maybe go back and do that again for a couple of weeks so you can get a feel for again where you need to be for your calories. Um, Maybe it's the opposite. Maybe you have been under eating in your calories too much. Maybe you're not paying attention and you're busy and you're skipping meals or different things like that. And you've actually started eating too low in your calories, and your body's just kind of wanting to hold on to that extra weight and not release it because you're just not giving it enough. So reassessing your calories is the number one thing, okay? You want to be at a calorie deficit. But you don't want to be at such a large calorie deficit that your body is going to hold on to weight. So there's kind of a sweet spot there, okay? So, I always tell people start at about max like 15% below your maintenance, and then see how you do from there. You can continue to drop a little bit as long as you're losing weight for a period of time, but after a while it's really important to work yourself back up to those maintenance calories again, or make sure at least you're giving yourself a refeed every once in a while. So one of the ways that you can help yourself break a plateau is by doing like a refeed. So maybe if you've been at really low calories for a while, maybe increasing your calories for a short period of time, or even just throwing in like a good refeed day could help to get the scale moving again. So that's one thing. Another thing to assess is, are you drinking enough water? So that's one of the biggest things I'll ask my clients. If they say, like the scale didn't, move much this week, I'll ask them, did you drink your water? Because a lot of times I think people can get busy and just forget about that really simple thing that can definitely help us with weight loss. So make sure that, you are getting minimum half your body weight in ounces of water. Definitely doing more than that can really aid even more in your ability to lose weight. So that is another thing to look at. Another thing to look at is, are you getting enough fiber in your diet? Okay, fiber is great for weight loss. And so, but if you're doing maybe too much fats or too much protein and not enough foods that are high in fiber, that could eventually catch up to you. So, try adding some more high fiber foods in there. The other thing is to reassess, are you being active enough? So I know for myself, like when the whole first like COVID thing started and we were staying home more and I wasn't going to the gym as much and the weather wasn't that great for like the first couple weeks, I found that I was sitting a lot more, which really meant that I needed a lot less calories. So I had to make an adjustment in my calories because I just wasn't really needing as much because I wasn't as active. Now, once the weather got nicer and I could go out more and I kind of figured out how to get some better workouts in at home, then I was able to bring those calories back up. So, how active are you being? If you feel like you have plateaued, maybe you can just add some more activity in. Instead of cutting your calories more, the ideal is to be as close as you can to your maintenance calories, but still be losing weight. So I always say it's better to have a deficit through activity than to have a deficit through cutting your calories more. So that's another thing to look at. Another thing is stress. Do you all of a sudden maybe have more stress? Is there something going on in your life all of a sudden that could be causing you to have a plateau? Okay, stress has an effect on everything in our body, including our digestive system, our hormones, everything like that. So, and also with stress, maybe you're doing some stress eating that you're just not even realizing that you're doing. So if stress is an issue, maybe you need to work on finding some ways to manage that stress. One of the last things is, are you getting enough sleep? Okay, so sleep is huge. If you are getting less than 7 hours of sleep on a regular basis, this could definitely put a monkey wrench in your ability to lose weight. Okay, so for some people, sleep is an issue no matter how hard they try. It's not that they're, trying to stay up late and partying and not getting to bed. I mean, for many women, especially over 40, they'll go to bed and either struggle falling asleep or they'll fall asleep and wake up, somewhere around anywhere from 1 to 4 in the morning and stay awake for hours. And so they're really lacking in their sleep, but this can really have an effect on your ability to lose weight. So those are all the things, there's probably more, but those are just a lot of the things that you should ask yourself if you've had a plateau. So the things that you could start to do to fix a plateau would be, like I mentioned before, start maybe counting your calories again and, making sure that you're really hitting your proper macros, that you're getting enough protein in, okay? Protein is really important. So make sure that you are getting adequate amounts of protein in. Make sure that you are not giving into too much snacking during the day. This can have a big effect on your insulin levels. Another thing is, like I mentioned earlier, is boosting your activity levels. Okay, so if you aren't out there getting 10,000 steps a day, maybe do that. If you are doing a lot of weight training, maybe you can add, a 15-minute HIIT workout after your weight training. There's always different things that you can do to boost your activity level, okay? And your total calorie burn for the day is everything that you're doing that whole day, not just your workout. So any movement that you can do is going to count towards that calorie burn. So make sure you're not spending hours and hours and hours and sitting. Even if you have a desk job, try to get up, every 5 minutes for, on every hour and just do a little 5-minute HIIT workout to boost more activity. Let's see. So I also mentioned doing a refeed, okay, to help. Maybe also doing a little bit of a reverse diet. If you're been too low of a calories, reverse diet up, get closer to your maintenance, hang there for a little bit. As long as your weight's not creeping up, stay there for a little bit, and then try to do another cut of calories and see if your body responds to that. But all in all, the main thing to do is to be patient, okay? Be patient. So you didn't put on all that weight overnight. It's not all going to come off overnight. So know that it's going to take time, and know that you're going to have weeks where maybe you lose, 1 to 3 pounds, and weeks where you don't lose any. And what matters is that you continue on this journey and that you don't give up and you remember what your goal is and you keep working towards that goal. So I hope some of these tips helped you out, and I hope that you have a great day, and I will catch you guys on the next video.